we've got to be very careful not to mis-express, if that's the right terminology. We've got to express clearly where eating disorders come from. And I just do not think putting calorie guidance on a menu is going to trigger the nation to have an eating disorder.
What do you think about this? 0805 92 95 008 0295 is the text. Alistair's been in touch in Tillicoultry. Good morning, Alistair.
Hi there.
Hi there. What's your situation at the moment, Alistair?
Well, as someone who is morbidly obese and really needs to lose weight, I'm still not sure it's going to work, to be honest, because I agree with what the gentleman from Montrose was saying. The hospitality business has seen a decline with the pandemic, and people just want to get out and enjoy themselves, but it's making me realise how much I need to lose weight, and I'm gradually weaning myself off the fat stuff onto the healthy stuff.
Well, whereabouts are you then? You've recognised that you need to lose weight, as you say. Whereabouts are you with all of this then? Are you starting to look at what you're eating now, or have you been doing it for a while?
Well, I did lose a lot of weight before. I lost about 16 stone and put it all back on again, unfortunately. But
and how did you do it the first time then? How did you lose weight the first time?
Just through walking everywhere, even walking into town and back, which was like a 5-6 mile round trip.
And did you control your calories at all?
Very, very strictly, but it was all let loose and it just basically got out of control again. Being someone who's autistic as well, that didn't help.
Yeah. Steve, you're still with us. When you hear Alistair's story, is that something that you've heard before? Somebody who's lost it all, put it all back on again?
It's really, really common, this situation where people... I'm actually not pro-diet at all. I don't like them. Diets are actually very good at helping you to lose the weight. Problem is, diets aren't very good at helping you sustain a healthy weight. That's the problem.
So what's the secret then, Steve? That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Yes, let me... There are a couple of things I would say. Firstly is to implement into your lifestyle an 80-20 regime so that life isn't miserable, so that you're eating 80% well, 20% a bit of what you fancy. But the other part of it is making sure that you have a purpose in your life. And what I mean by that is having some aspiration for yourself, which gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning and actually value yourself. And that can be practical things such as doing a new course. So you're feeding your mind rather than you're feeding your belly, so to speak. And that begins then to help your emotional state. So you're emotionally fed, so to speak. And those are the two important things. When people crack that, it's then that they don't only lose the weight, but they sustain a healthy weight. And yes, I'm the first one to say that I would never advocate a rigid diet. I don't like them. They don't seem to work at all long term. And let's face it, some of them are quite expensive.
So then circling back around then to this idea of calories on menus, who do you think that specifically would help then? Is it people like Alistair at the start of this journey?
I think the calories will give guidance. Right. It'll give guidance to many people in the country that do struggle with their weight, aren't actually obsessed with people. I think it will give the vast majority wanting to lose weight and manage their weight some guidance when they go out. But what I would say is use it appropriately. So if you're on a night out and you've been, managing really well during the week and you've done your walks like Alistair used to do and stuff like that, then have a good time, and have pie and chips and swig it back with a bottle of wine. If that's your sort of 20% evening, night out of a treat. I think what we have to do is see this for what it is. It's guidance. Let's not get too panicky about the obsessiveness of it. Let's use it as guidance.
Alistair, you're saying that you're kind of making yourself realise that this is something that you need to do. Is that for health reasons?
Mostly for health reasons, but there is another reason behind it as well, because unfortunately I've been suffering abuse from local youths who think it's funny to basically taunt me because of my weight, and I've just decided enough's enough. I'm not tolerating it anymore.
I'm so sorry to hear about that. That's awful. Nobody should ever have to deal with that. This point that Steve is making there about kind of nourishing your mind as well as your body, is that something that you could take on board?
Exactly. Everything. 100%, yep.
Okay, listen, thank you very much for your time. Let's speak to Lindsay Roberts now, the owner of